Hello, guys. Welcome back to another Rocket Lab fan club. As you can see, that is not Liam. That is not Liam. He's not wearing a mask. That is actually our good buddy Francisco. He is going to be helping me out today while Liam is on vacation, enjoying himself and letting us do all the work. Had a little technical stuff to deal with at the beginning there. Normally, Liam handles all that. I'm really lazy, as you can imagine. So thankfully, a good buddy Francisco here stepped in and is taking lead tonight. We're gonna have a lot of fun as usual. So everybody give Francisco a very warm welcome. We've got other guests lined up. Thanks ahead to you guys that I haven't contacted yet, but we'll be contacting soon. And you're gonna say yes, Chris. I'd love to come on and help you out. So thanks ahead of time.
Yeah,
Francisco,
yeah,
how
yeah.
you doing there, bro?
You're doing good. Hello, everyone. Yeah, it's not Liam. It's Francisco. Francisco Space here, trying to help out with the Hustle Brothers today, filling in for a great friend here, Liam. Kind of late, but I don't know how to work the system. I'm learning as we go, but we trying. We got some stuff to cover today. We got Chris here. I'm sure he's excited with it. What we got up on the screen right now. It's,
Yeah, if
this is the Haste Club, so we are getting a Haste launch apparently.
Overdue. Yes, we all know we love hates around here, and they've been going back and forth in the chats, and to the point I just got confused, and I was like, I give up. Francisco, you just figure it out, and you tell me because I just give up. uh, at first, I thought it was Electron. Then I thought it was just a sounding rocket. Then I realized actually there's two different launches, and one's going to be a sounding, and one's going to be a haste. At least that's the way it looks now. Um, Launching tomorrow around 7:45 p.m., which I'm worried I'm not going to be able to see that streak because it will be daylight. It's not going to be dark. Again, I'm close, but not close enough to see. It's a small rocket, and it goes up in dog lefts. I mean, just it just goes almost horizontal, uh, almost immediately. So it doesn't just go way up where it's easy to see either. Unfortunately, if I was if it was a Sunday or something and I had nothing better to do than work, I'd probably want to drive out there and see it because it's very rare that actually you get that kind of information before a haste launch. You just don't
Yeah,
get that
that
kind
is
of
rare.
information. Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't think we was gonna get this notice like so far out. Like, I mean, yeah, like what, a day and a half ahead of schedule. That's kind of early.
tells me it's probably not the Dart mission. I would
Yeah.
I'd probably look for yeah, I would probably doubt it's a Dart mission.
Oh,
But
you
either
don't think
way,
it's a dark mission?
yeah, I should know better than think, man. I've been wrong the last 2 days. Other than the Venus thing yesterday, which I had fun with that, but man, I've been off my game the last couple of days. I blame it on work. You know, I'm one of those poor people that's got to get up every morning and leave the house at 5 and get home at like dark. But um, I've been out of the game, man. I've not been paying attention to a lot of things that I should have been. So yeah, I've been wrong a lot, man. It's fun being wrong though because people will correct you, and then you learn really fast, a lot more information. So sometimes it's okay
Yeah.
to be wrong.
Well, I mean, I would think it's the Hypersonics one that I guess Matt and Brett are saying hi. What's up, guys? Sorry, like yeah, I think it's the Hypersonics. I mean, they on the website. If you go to the website, they still haven't updated their schedule. Like they had a schedule going on saying that the Dart mission was going to be scheduled for quarter 1, and they haven't updated that. I even sent them an email asking about it. So I do
Of
think
course
it's going to
you
be
did.
the Dart very late. I did send them an email. I'm like, hey guys, can you update your website, like, or at least send me an email, give me some updates on this. And yeah, they didn't update the website or send me an email back or reply. But I tried. You know me. But I do
Right.
think it's the Dart, man. It has to be because I mean that was the one that was scheduled early this year.
It makes
Regardless,
sense.
I'm gonna be excited regardless who it is.
Yeah, I'm just excited that they're. I mean, it's right here. It's close to home, and I don't have to be up at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. Uh, those launches are awful. And I did promise Liam that we cover all launches regardless of the time, but that was a dumb thing on my part to say because it sucks at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I want to,
you have to cover
dude,
the Haste one, man.
yeah, I'm good. Well, that's just it. I mean, all I can do is really just, I'm outside. I can take it over in the field over there because I know where they're at, what direction to look at for the launch. I've seen a couple. I have seen a couple launches out of there. Mostly the Electron, but again, it's just even with Electron, you only see a small fraction of it. But I can do that. But you guys are, I guess it's the same thing. You're looking at trees or you're just looking at sky. Right. Why not? I mean, maybe we actually get something live, a little sliver of something. I guess it's better than nothing. Or you guys can just, send Chris a bunch of money and I don't have to work and I'll just drive out there tomorrow and, we can do it that way too. I'll just get as close as I possibly can. No, I'm just kidding. Don't send Chris money. I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. I can't see the chats as always, but I can see, I do believe you said Brett and Maddie were in. You guys are great, man. Always thanks for the support.
Brett says he's guard too. And then like somebody saying we're holding above 40 tomorrow. I hope so with the Haste. But the Haste is gonna be after the market's closed, so we'll see. And I guess Liam is there. He said you love her really, mate. And I says, think Trump will go to the lounge to make Elon jealous. Somebody said they think that Trump will go to. That'll be funny, man. But Wallace Benter, she said that the parking, I guess, in the area is already packed. So I'm surprised. He made a post saying that. Let me see if I can get it. He says something about the parking. It doesn't let me click on his stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't take long to pack that up. There's not. The Eastern Shore is it's a very thin sliver of a peninsula that comes, all the way down from Maryland, Delaware area, all the way across, in front of Virginia. Basically, there's not a lot of room up there. There's not like 15 different highways and all these roads leading into Candyland per se. So whether it's a small launch like a Haste or Electron, God forbid it be a neutron launch, you're not going to get anywhere close to the actual launch. I wasn't planning on actually being near Wallops. I know better. And there's not a lot of infrastructure either. There's not a lot of stuff to support, big groups. And again, you don't want to be sitting in traffic. I mean, I did it when I was younger. Went to concerts, I'd sit in traffic for days. It didn't bother me. I'm old now. If you guys want to go get in traffic, more power to you. I'll help you do it. You can borrow my car. I don't care. Just bring it back, whenever you finally get done. But yeah, if I would ever go up for a launch, an actual neutron launch, a lot better options than trying to be right on top of it. That's neither here nor there. I'm just excited about it. I can't wait for it.
Yeah, they said that I guess one of the streets there is going to be very packed. I don't know, a Burkle Neck Road. I don't know what that is. I don't even know how to pronounce it, but like I guess that road is gonna be packed. It's already pretty packed, he said. So
yeah, I can imagine.
So some of the guy that I followed is saying that he's heading out there tomorrow. Hopefully he gets some good shots. I don't know. Do you guys know anybody that's going? Anybody? I thought there was another guy like that lives in the area.
Yeah, there's a few people. Well, we probably follow the same people. So it's probably the same guy. I can't remember on top of my head. I'm sure Wall Advantage is going to be close to there. I think he's probably smart enough to not try and be right on top of it as well. He might. I mean, he's a younger guy. He just might enjoy the fun. But that's going to be interesting either way. I'm sure we'll probably get some good shots if, because I'm sure there are many people out there. Again, they don't announce a Haste launch. Normally, it's not disclosed until afterwards. So,
right.
Yeah,
It's a big surprise. Yeah, that we got this information early. I think people are asking already about the other news that came out. But I mean, we're excited about Haste. It's the Haste Club, and we're excited that finally we get a launch this year. Hopefully, the cadence starts to pick up here, and we go into the second half. And a few more launches, and then 2026, I expect the Haste to pick up a lot. What do you think there? You think we're picking up
Yeah,
after this one?
yeah, we're overdue. We're already overdue. Like you said, I think there was supposed to be one in Q1, didn't happen. I know they have several that was for June, July. I can't remember exactly which ones they were or how many. And there are some scheduled as far out as December. But that's just a launch window that's approved. That doesn't mean they're going to launch, any of those times. That's not official from Rocket Lab. That's just a launch cadence out of Wallops. But yeah, if they need to kind of ramp up a little bit to kind of catch up to where they're supposed to be. But we've seen them do, back-to-back launches, before. So who knows what they're thinking over the next 2 or 3 weeks. I'm hoping we also get more Neutron news coming out as well. But yeah, I'm Mopbox. Oh, Mopbox just
Well,
messaged.
we got some information. Brady's asking about that. He says, "What do you guys think on return on investment?" So I just looked for the news. Mopbox did messages. You like he
Yeah,
messaged me. He sent me a message too.
yeah, he just asked where he could find us live, and I'm not smart enough to. I did post on X, but I don't think I had the link on there. Maybe if Liam, if you're listening, or if anybody, you guys listening, if you don't mind, we love having Mod in here. He's great.
Oh, he
I
wants
should
to come
know.
on.
Again, I go off my phone, so it's really I can't just if I jump off here to go and share the link, then it'll. I
Boy,
think
he wants to come
awesome.
on tonight. I can share the link to him.
I'm not. He won't come on live. It's Mopbox, and that's just
Yeah.
he. But he does come in the chats, and he's always bringing fire, man. He's a lot of fun. There's all how he is, man. Mott's great. So yeah, it's just a matter of him finding the stream. Again, guys, sorry we've been a little bit unorganized. I thought Liam said he wasn't going on vacation for like 2 or 3 days. I thought it was gonna be like Friday, so I had time to think about it. So when he initially said something, I just tuned it out. I was like, I'll worry about it tomorrow. I was wrong. Again, I'm not batting 1,000 at all this week, man. I'm striking out left and right. We'll fix it though, man. We'll fix it. We do apologize again for the late hour, but as always, you guys are great. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for helping. And yeah, we'll get to more news. Yeah, for sure.
So, what do you think about this one? The Rocket Labs selecting Bollinger shipyards to support the modifications for the neutron landing platform. So, return on investment. I guess we got a company that's finally gonna, build this platform. What do you think on that?
Well, 2 parts. One, I thought this was actually old news because they talked about it, and it was like back in February, something like that.
Right.
Yeah, so I thought it was already a done deal, and I guess the final contract is just now going through where it's official. And the second thing I'll say on that really quick, and I'll let you take over, is that I'm actually a little surprised that they didn't go with a company like a Northrop Grumman, just because they're right in Newport News, which is just a few miles away from Wallops. So, and the fact that Northrop Grumman does deal in space, and I just thought that hey, that'd be an interesting deal to do something with and possibly grow more through that with that company, just because. But of course, it could just be direct competition, and Beck's like, I want nothing to do with it. Again, just a thought outside the box, but hey, that's just one more step closer to the final plan for Neutron. So I like it.
Right. I mean, but it looks like this company, they do have a lot of experience. They have built like ships for like ULA and a lot of other companies. So they look like they know what they're doing.
Oh,
Yeah, I
most
know
definitely. They're the number one or the largest commercial shipbuilder. I'm not sure about in the world, but I know in America. They definitely know what they're doing. Nothing against that company at all. Nothing whatsoever.
The way I think is that I know that Peter Beck. I mean, he loves his boats, so I'm assuming that he did his homework on this one to pick the best one, because how much he loved
no doubt. No doubt. Very, very good point. No doubt. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
yeah.
the right company here.
Yeah. That'd be cool though, man. That'd be very cool.
The thing, like somebody posted something. I don't know if it was Dave or somebody. They like, it looks like this is gonna be delayed a little bit more. So I guess that it's not gonna get delivered. The boat's not gonna get delivered till later, 2026. But we don't need it, like, because the first one, as we know, is gonna be a soft landing in the ocean. So we're not gonna need it for the first one. Now I was hoping that we get another launch at some point earlier, or like I don't know, before the summer next year, and we might not have the landing platform ready for that one yet. Matt is asking if Nordstrom like do boats. Do they really do boats? Like they do Navy once. Some of the Navy ones. I didn't know
Yeah,
they
you
do
know,
landing
Benny,
ports.
yeah, that's a very good point. This is more like a commercial type of company that's building
Yeah,
this.
exactly.
Northrop is more of a defense type of company. Again, that's just me, just my thoughts coming to my brain, and not knowing any of this because I talked to Francisco a few minutes before we came on live, and he was like, "Have you heard of this? Nope. Have you seen this? Nope. What have you been doing all day? Working." I was hoping it would rain all day because when it rains, I can sit at home and play around on X and talk to you guys, and I can be caught up. But no, that was just a random thought. And you're right, Maddie. They are more defense. Uh, Maybe I'm just being a little greedy. And hey, man, buy more stuff in Virginia and in partnership with Northrop and do something crazy. You guys know I don't make sense half the time, but that's why you listen. These guys crazy, man. But no, great point, great point. And again,
Maddie
that's
said
you
that
know,
Maddie said that Nordstrom sold their shipbuilding business back in 2011.
see,
So
he don't even he lives in Texas and he knows more about it than I do.
okay.
I don't go to Newport News, man. I stay away from Newport News. I got friends out there, but it's crazy over there, man. I don't know about y'all. I live out in the country. I don't even have a stoplight in my town. So yeah, uh, a lot of my family worked out there. Though I've got all kinds of really cool photos from way back in the '70s of a bunch of ships, and I was at the a when they launched the first. I think it was the first nuclear cell, the Ronald Reagan. That was out of Newport News. I was there when they, how they break the champagne bottle or whatever on the front.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, cause I've got a lot of family out there, quite a few clients, but haven't really kept up to date. Maybe I should before I go run my mouth off live on YouTube. But again, man, it was just a thought. It was just a dumb thought out of my head. But luckily, we
Hopefully,
got guys like Eddie that'll fix that and change that and correct that and say, "Hey, Chris, shut it up. You're wrong." Uh,
but it's good.
but
I think we got the best company for the job. I think, in my opinion, and it doesn't matter if we get it in the second half of 2026, because I don't think we need it. Hopefully, by then they already have all the information they need to make neutron land perfectly on top of the return of investment. So I think we should be good. I'm not worried
yeah,
about that.
yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
Now, let me see, like, so you have anything else in that? I'll look for the next one. Let me see. Here. So nothing on that. Nothing else.
No, no. I mean, it's cool. And I'm sure there's probably more in the chats. Again, guys, I'm sorry. I can't see the chats. It's just too
I'm
small.
real. I'm reading it.
Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, man,
And
Francisco
then
just showing
somebody,
us purpose.
Dylan, I think this is Dylan. He's asking like, why does Neutron have to land on the barge and not on the pad? Where Dylan, that's because if he returns to the pad, they can only carry what is it, 8 tons, 8,000, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's all based. It's based
8,000.
on the
It's based on
particular.
weight, yeah.
Yeah, weight. So sometimes they have to land down range. That's why they need a barge.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
question, though. I mean, that's a good question. They're
I think,
working on one of the landing pads now, and there's supposed to be another one that's going to be or a launch. And I'm not sure. I didn't. I think it's a launch and landing pad, but it's that big bridge basically that goes out into the Atlantic. Um, that's going to be fun and exciting to see when they start working on that. But I don't think they're too concerned. And once they get the main launch pad and the main or the initial landing pad they have there, we should be good at least through the first half of the year. Like Francisco said, the first one's going to be a soft splash, and I don't know we don't really have any confirmed dates for 2026. I know we have scheduled launches, but we got to really see what happens with that first launch anyway. So
Yeah.
first things
Matt,
first.
Matt actually gave Dylan an answer, which is good. It's like by the time you get to orbit and upload the contents, you are way downrange and will take more fuel to return around and land on the pad. Yeah, I mean, yeah, and then like the payload will be lower too because you can't carry as much. Like if you land on that barge, you can carry more weight. You put more satellites, so I honestly, it's a lot better for them. I don't know why they will return to the pad. I'm sure they'll do it here and there if they only have a few satellites. But I'm hoping they pack that thing with satellites at every chance they get. So I hope I get
Oh yeah,
we
man,
get to see
stack them up.
landings on the barge all the time. I don't want that thing returning to the pad.
Yeah, definitely, man. Stack them up. Stack them up. But there will be missions that where Electron can launch.
Like,
Yeah, like they can do like four or five. Satellites where Neutron can probably do the whole 7 or 8. That's the whole entire constellation. Instead of doing it over 2 or 3 launches, they can do it in one launch. And as you know, a lot of those sats are really small, so there will be times that Neutron will, go up and they'll have smaller payloads and less weight, and they can come back down. And I mean, that's why they have the landing pad they're building there at Wallops. They will be doing some of those missions, but like Francisco said, and Maddie gave great detail on, is that when we want to maximize uh, the weight capacity on that bad boy, um, we can do that by having that barge downrange and not have to, like Maddie said, use all the fuel to get back.
yeah, yeah, because you're gonna need more weight, more fuel weight to come back. I'd rather they pack that thing with satellites. Uh, Then the other news is like I guess the Space Force general, was it like a 4-star general? Yeah. Uh, he was visiting Rocket Lab actually in New Zealand, and Peter Beck had his a whole suit, a whole black suit and a white shirt. Like I've never seen that before, so he's all dressed up for this one. So, but
He
that's
looks like he's taking it quite serious. They've been busy,
yeah.
man. They just met with Inspective.
I know, like he hasn't been able to sleep. Wasn't he like he's flying all over the place. I hope he's flying his private jet that he has, that fighter jet that he has.
That's I mean, I think we might. I mean, it's it's so easy to miss out on news when it comes to any just space in general. Rocket Lab's just going crazy. And we didn't even talk about this at all. But yeah, they met with Inspective, and
Yeah.
then Inspective just signed a contract with Eco Launch. Is it
Oh,
Exo Launch? Something like
that
that.
was
Exo
yesterday,
Launch
right? Yeah,
yesterday.
excellent.
Yeah, yeah. And
And Peter
so
Beck
I
was
didn't
there,
really.
right?
Yeah, Peter Beck and all the heavy. There's some heavy hitters were there, man. There's some heavy
Yeah.
hitters, and well, um, Rocket Lab has launched for them in the past. So, and so is Falcon 9. SpaceX, they've launched for them as well. But yeah, you got to kind of think that, you know, we're not just going to have Beck and a lot of the main people, the big heavy hitters in the company out there just to shake hands and take some pictures. So, just speculation, nothing confirmed, but would not be surprised to see some new contracts coming out of that as far as launch. And then, yeah, again today with the 4-star general, look,
Yeah.
Space Force just got a whole lot of billions of dollars, and
They got a
they're
lot of
looking to
money.
start. They're going to start spending it, and I don't think it's a coincidence that they're hanging out with Beck. And Beck, dressed to the nines. Only thing the guy's missing. Does he ever wear a tie? I don't know if I've ever seen. Maybe he has.
No,
I don't
no,
know.
no. I never seen Peter Beck with a tie. Yeah, never seen it.
But
But
he's
I mean,
he's
he looks
definitely got
good,
a serious suit on.
bro. He doesn't have time to put a tie on, bro. Come on. You know what he's doing after these people go home. He's gonna take that top off and like he's just gonna get back to work. He's gonna go strike that rocket.
Yeah, go stroke the rocket. That's
Strike
exactly what
the
he's going to
rocket.
do.
Yeah,
Yeah, his baby. I would too, man. I would too.
yeah,
That guy should be
like I
very,
said,
very proud.
all hands on deck. So I'm sure Peter Beck will take that top off, man, that blazer, and like start working on something, man. He can't stay still, I bet. But like I think it's good, and like as we know with the fighting with this Trump and Elon, and Department of Defense were real quick making phone calls. Like, and I mean, we saw the article they called like what, Blue Origin, Rocket Lab. I forgot what the other one was. Stokes. And then
Stokes,
seeing like a
yeah.
month after that, like seeing that they're visiting in New Zealand, that's really big. Plus, you know how New Zealand and they just created a new Space Force unit in their country, and I guess their United States is helping them with that. So this is really good. I think this
Yeah,
is
they want to
great news,
partner with New
actually.
Zealand. Yeah, that is.
Yeah,
You're right about that. Yeah, they want to partner with New Zealand, and I would not be surprised if they have at least some part in the Golden Dome. And we're going to be working with other countries. I mean, we've offered
I'm-
Canada.
yeah.
Um, so it's not going to be just the U.S. There'll be a few other allied nations, I believe, that's going to be involved in this. Whether it's for a lot of, I mean, the variables and possibilities are ridiculous to think about. And
Yeah,
again,
but
Canada possibility as far as partnership and that, but New Zealand for sure. And again, that's just
they're
Space
part of
Force.
that Five Eyes too. So yeah,
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
it's part of the Five
yeah.
Eyes. And then what else did I see? Like last month maybe. Like there was another article. Like remember the other one that the Space Force was actually looking to launch more from New Zealand. And then the lady there that represents them, I forgot her name, she was saying that they were not talking to them, that they probably were talking to Rocket Lab. So last month, these people were talking to Rocket Lab about more launches, and now they're out there. It's good, man. Something has to come out of this, and nobody's actually paying attention to this. It might be a catalyst nobody's paying attention to. We might get a
Well, we're
surprise here at some point.
yeah. I mean, look, we're all waiting for some kind of contract announcement to come out when it comes to both the Golden Dome and just the money that Space Force is getting. And you got to believe that those two are going to kind of work together in some ways. I don't think they're going to, form like a whole Golden Dome, um, uh, something outside of Space Force where Space Force has nothing to do with it. I think they're going to be directly involved with it. And I just think that that extra few billion or 20 something billion, not few, is going to kind of mirror some of the things that is going to happen with the Golden Dome. And again, we know that Rocket Lab is basically helping New Zealand set up their own space program. So who else are they going to go to? I mean, Beck is in all the right pockets of all the right people. You talked
Yeah.
about Trump and Elon. I love Elon, but a big mistake for him to be so involved in politics. I love the fact that Beck just keeps quiet, stays on the sideline, and sticks his nose to the grindstone and works for business, which is
Hey,
good for our company.
same. I agree with you. Like I love Elon. Like I invested in Tesla a while back, and I'd play around with it a little bit, like traded it now. But it's just too much after he got involved into politics. And like I love Peter Beck's style better. He's just working hard. He doesn't get involved into politics, and that's just gonna be good for the company and for us investors. So yeah, Peter Beck in that sense is like a lot better. Yeah.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Yeah, I know there wasn't a whole lot in the news today, at least from, again, I wasn't really paying attention, but wasn't a whole lot to cover. But some of that stuff, man, like we've said countless times on here, there's always those little things. Francisco just said it. It's those little things, those small catalysts that usually steamroll into something a lot bigger that we just miss the first time it comes around. And then like 3 months later, you go, oh, yeah, I should have seen that. They were doing this 3 months ago or 6 months ago, like this inspective thing. It'd be kind of, kind of a little uneducated from an investor's standpoint to not speculate a little bit of what the possibilities are. Again, go back and look at their heredity, their launch record, and who they've launched with. Rocket Lab pops up a whole lot. They really do, and for good reason. They've been very successful. They've been very happy with them. Yeah, it's always the little things. We miss out on the little things. We try and find those. It helps going daily. It does. It does help
Yeah.
going daily. So, yeah, no doubt.
No, but yeah, for me that was the biggest thing. That like right after Elon and Trump got into a fight, like I said, like they ring Rocket Lab, Blue Origin, and Stokes right away, and then you see these people in New Zealand, a 4-star general. I mean, that ain't sense against anybody. It's a 4-star out there. Like that's big. This guy's a
Yeah.
big wig. So They are
He's there
looking
to
at
make
some stuff.
decisions, man. Yeah, he didn't just send
Exactly.
anybody.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't send anybody. The Pentagon sent somebody for a reason, and they're looking to launch from New Zealand. And I mean, it's I think it's gonna happen. We're gonna get more launches out of New Zealand.
Yeah, and who's gonna? Well, I mean, who's gonna launch him? I mean, uh,
Oh no, you
yeah,
only got rocket left. Yeah,
exactly. Let's say they do build out New Zealand, the next couple of years, and they get a few contracts. Um, well, who is New Zealand going to buy all their stuff from? Everything from they're buying everything from. Why would they go anywhere else? I mean,
Mm.
all their everything from reaction wheels to their space systems. Oh, sorry, I'm knocking stuff around, but yeah, it's man. That's a big one. That's a big one to see that out there. And I'm glad it's happening quick. I know Trump wanted to fast forward this thing, get it done in 3.5 years. Again, like I said, we're all waiting for that first contract to come out.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah,
I
we got a
there's
question
there's
for you from Brett.
yeah.
Brett says, "Is it possible neutron cadence does not include internal launches?" And I mean, like, it is very possible. I think. Yeah. Why would they publish the internal ones? I don't know. But
That's a
I
good
still,
question. I didn't think
yeah, it's
about
a
that.
great question. They should ask that. The guys from the weekly should ask Peter Beck next time around. Yeah, that's a great question, actually. Yeah, yeah, writing it
Yeah,
down.
that is a really good question. I like that. I like that.
What do you
Yeah, if
think? I mean, I think they wouldn't post that. Like, they will keep that internally. I will think. I don't know. I actually don't know.
well, you got to think just like well, if they're going to be using Neutron for uh, whether it's the Golden Dome or Space Force contracts, just like Haste, and instead of Haste doing some of these missions, there's a possibility that they're going to expand on that and they're going to use Neutron for some of these missions. So it's very possible that Neutron will be getting um, contracts and they'd be classified at least to some degree or not completely classified. So, I mean, yeah, that's very
Yeah,
possible.
that's a really good question. But yeah, like we were talking about this the other day because like remember it was like 2 days ago that I was like, oh man, like Globalstar got out of the contract with SpaceX to launch the second batch of their constellation, and that's like a 17 satellite constellation. So as we know, like Rocket Lab is building the buses and some other stuff for those satellites. They're already like shipped out some of them. I wonder how many do they have left in the factory. But what we were talking about is like they're already shipping those out. They already shipped out the ones for Mars, the twins to go to Mars. They already shipped out. No more Barda. They shipped out the last one, so we're not doing that anymore. And we're like, what else are they working on? Because they for sure have a lot of space. We haven't got a new contract from anybody, so they do have a lot of space somewhere in there. I hope they're working on those satellites, and if that's the case, I want them to shoot them up in a neutron
Well,
as soon as they can.
was it Beck or Spice that they kind of alluded to the fact that, for the next couple of years anyway, they're going to be looking at like 80% of what their revenue is geared towards is going to be defense, military, 20%
Right.
commercial, give or take a few percentage points. And I've had the same question, and we've talked about this, off air. I mean, obviously they're going to be trying to continue their backlog, but they, having like Varda starting to go to, finding another launch provider possibly.
But we
I
never
just
launched the
wonder.
Barda, like we were making that pretty much the satellite for them.
That's right. That's right. That's
Right.
right. That's right.
Like they
I got
were
that.
launching with space on Falcon 9. But like
That's right.
they left. I just don't know what we're gonna be working on because we need a contract. We need a surprise here at some point.
Well, that's what I was getting to is that, there's a good chance that they're just, not only just busy with Neutron, but they might be, have obligations that were set up prior to where they have some big contracts or expecting some big contracts to where they got to make sure they have all hands on deck, and they got enough people, and they can't be, moving people away from the neutron development. Because that's big, man. The neutron's big for them. It is massive. If this thing does not, yeah, it's got to. So it could be something just as simple as that, or like you said, it could be a pretty sizable military contract that they just have to focus on that because of it's just that big, which would be great. That would be awesome. Now, if anyone's listening, I'm not saying that's going to happen. Don't go out there and buy a bunch of Rocket Lab shares and don't come at me tomorrow if it doesn't happen. But yeah, there's got to be a reason for it.
My box says a juicy flat contract will be nice, and we all agree with that. And I hope that's why all that space in the factories open up for a big contract. Because we need to get something here.
It was, how did they actually word it when they were talking about Flatellite? It was basically they decided to do it because of demand, and I don't remember the exact word.
They said there were multiple customers that approached them about providing something like Flatellite, and that's why they did it. It can be like DoD and commercial. I'm assuming it's both. I'm pretty sure. Military.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure we got something cooking somewhere, but I just can't wait for the news to drop here. I'm sure it's going to be a juicy one, like my box said. I agree with him.
It could be a lot worse.
Yeah.
It could be a lot worse. We could be sitting there speculating, like, when are we ever going to launch? We could be like, Astra investors or something like that. And at least we're talking about when are we launching next and what are we launching next. There's always a double side of the, extra side of that coin we can flip over. But it is exciting, man. It's very exciting. 4-star general. Man, I can't get over that. That's a lot of fun. That's a lot of fun.
I have met some cool generals before. I worked for a few of them. Pretty cool people. You would think they're like something that different. Like they were really cool, down to earth people. For at least most of them. Most of the ones I met, they always were like really, really cool people. Regular average people. They a lot of them act just like Peter Beck. You wouldn't think they were like so humble, but they are. Most of them are.
No, you're right. You're 100% right, bro. Because I've met a couple, and yeah, I've got military background, and the thing that always stood out to me is that I didn't expect them to be so, I guess, logical. I expect them to just be straight line, hardcore military. It's got to be done a certain way, and I don't know what happens when they get up to that ranking. They just seem to be more understanding and logical and reasonable, and or they think outside the box a bit more. So yeah, I'm excited to find out what could possibly come from that. No doubt.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting. There's something coming out of that.
It's got to be. You don't just send a 4-star general. You know that, bro. You know that as well as I do. You know better than I do. You don't just send a 4-star general. You send a lackey. If you just want to gather information, you send a lackey.
From what I know, like sometimes the 4-star generals like that, I go to a base and they get a tour, and they try to see what the factory, like not factory, for them will be a factory, but like what the base needs improvements on, new buildings or something like that. So they're like, they're usually looking to see what upgrades or what things to do that place needs for the mission. So I'm assuming that's what they're doing. They're like surveying the area, like seeing what can they do to improve. I don't know, the launches, the cadence. I have no idea, but they're
sounds like money. Sounds like money to me.
I'm sure it'll be money.
Sounds like money to me.
Yeah. I think like who's best CNC? See, one of the guys that shows up every day for you guys. He's saying forget that Trump created the Space Force, and it's a big part of his legacy. And that's true. And like Trump was the one that created the Space Force, and now they're beefing with Elon Musk. That's gonna benefit Rocket Lab again. So
all day, and we laughed. A lot of us just kind of laughed at Trump, like Space Force, Matter of fact, they had a short TV series. I think it was Steve Carell. Could have been somebody else, but it was just kind of like a parody on it. Yeah, 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 exactly. It was like a parody. That's funny. I'm not gonna lie, but now look at it. Now it's a very serious thing, and people are realizing, wow, it's probably a good thing we have this because,
Oh, no,
um,
really.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's a good thing we have this. It's happening so fast too. Things are moving forward so
really
fast
fast.
when it comes to space,
Yeah.
and we're
Not
still
only,
early.
yeah, we early, but we gotta pick up the pace, and we have to hurry up and invest big. Cause like, I think China posted some news. Maybe I have it on my account that they actually they did a refueling on space. We haven't done that yet, so we have to like be careful. We have to make the right investments and get the right people. And for me, the right people working on our side is Peter Beck. They need to throw some money at him and be like, "Hey, we're behind here. Let's catch up, guys."
We
If
are,
space is
and
the next frontier, we need to. And if we lose space, man, like that's it. It's game over. Whoever is the leader in space, that's it. That's the leader in the world. That's what it is.
it is, it is. And if for people out there that thinks, oh, it's the U.S., we're going to dominate. Well, one thing I learned yesterday, I didn't realize, but we did that deep dive on Venus, the Venus mission, and I looked at the history of Venus, and Russia was actually sending probes to Venus 4 years
Oh
after
yeah,
Sputnik, which was
yeah,
crazy
yeah,
to
yeah. You
me.
didn't know that? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I mean, I knew of some of the stuff, but I didn't know all the details. And that's, because we were focused on the moon. So I thought, yeah, yeah, U.S., we got to the moon first. Actually, yeah, so we did, but Russia did a lot of other things first that we didn't do.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for the downfall of, that system, which arguably was
Mhm.
a good thing, but as far as space, man, they were gung
Oh
ho and
yeah,
they were doing really really cool things. And so
100%.
yeah, you can't just think that U.S. is always going to dominate. I mean, China's way ahead. They're already talking about they're doing their own Mars sample return mission. I mean, hell, the ESA now is talking about attempting a Mars sample return
I
mission.
know. Yeah, saying that I think they're working on some stuff with India too. They're trying to partner with India and do some stuff in space. They also want to
Yeah,
do some cleanup in space. They're spending money. The ESA is spending money on a lot of programs too, which is kind of sad that they're detaching like from us, but like they have to do what they think is better for them. But in that case, that's what like Peter Beck did a really great move in acquiring Mineric and try to be open with the European market, so we can actually get some of those contracts to at least be able to bid in the future. I think something like Peter Beck is playing chess, as we know, so he's playing the cards right.
yeah. And I got you on here now, and I asked this to yesterday, the day before. Um, just hypothetically, is there any reason that um, the ESA couldn't just contract the Mars sample return mission to Rocket Lab? Is there any kind of is there any kind of violations as far as like international
Yeah.
rules? I mean, they're now an international company, or even though they're based in the U.S. and they are a U.S. company, but that's it's an allied nation. I mean, is there
Oh,
anything that was any kind of like government red tape, bureaucracy that would keep them from going, yeah, let's just use Rocket Lab because they've got everything already lined up. As soon as this neutron thing is on the pad and launching, then
I think
I
they
mean, if they're going to
maintain
try
that
to,
they need to like there's something I don't really understand the European system, but like yeah, you have to have like companies there and they like to spread it. I think it's a little bit complicated. I have to look into it, but it's they can't just go ahead and pick Rocket Lab like that. I have to look into it. It's not as
well, that's
simple
not
as
fun.
yeah.
That's not fun, man. That's the wrong answer, Francisco.
Well,
You give me the better answer next time. No,
I don't have that answer right in front of me, so I'm not gonna lie to you.
no,
But
no. Honesty is the best policy, bro. I appreciate it.
yeah.
Just because it doesn't go my way, I'm still allowed to kick and fight and be mad like a little kid.
Yeah, I mean, I wish they gave everything to Rocket Lab, but I think it's not that simple. Plus,
Give it
we
all to
have some
Rocket Lab.
knowledge. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Give it all to
Well,
Rocket Lab.
yeah, I guess like I guess we got another news is Rocket Lab price target raised to 45 from 28 from TD Cowen. That's good. We got another race in the 40s. What do you think about
Have
that?
you seen?
That's what I like. That's like what three? already. That's pretty good. I mean, it's looking good.
Like I say
I'm
all
just
the
more.
time, man. The only price target analyst that I trust in is Francisco Space. When he puts out his
Watch
price
it.
targets, I'm like, yeah, that's what's up. The rest of them,
We
man,
never.
the same people the 6 months ago were going, yeah, it's never gonna get past this. It's gonna go down to this. Uh, yeah,
Yeah, I don't
but
pay
that's great
attention to
though, man.
stuff.
It's always great. You get those raises in price targets. It does bring in people. It does get people excited. Obviously, sometimes it drives a FOMO, and um, I mean, hey, we hit 40. I'm happy. I don't care how we get there.
Right, right. You got like, there's some news about, you seen the news about the drones? Sure, you seen it. What do you think about that one? Let me see. Somebody share on the shot here. Oh, people are like looking at their shot. I'm just looking for the drone news. Here we go.
You
What do you think
probably
about
you
that?
have like 1 billion followers that send you all this information. I've got like five.
Dude, I
The
have
chance I have
so
not
many
seen
people that hit me up. It's just crazy. That's why I don't
this.
go to sleep. I think this is what
That's
the
why you don't
last
go to sleep. Yeah.
Best CNC was saying that Hedges said we need to start treating drones as disposable and scale the hell up. We are behind in so many industries, which he is right. And me, from my background, I know we've been talking that we've been behind for years now. And like China's catching up, and like in the drones, we're behind. There's a few things we're already behind. I know that China has more missiles than us, like in not the ICBMs, but they got certain things more than us already. They got more
Oh,
boats. They
this
got
was
yeah,
Hexeth, right? Pete Hex. He was talking. Okay, I did see this
drones.
actually.
Okay, what do you
So
think about
this
that?
is that's actually, I think he was talking about eVTOLs actually, like Archer. I know, and
Oh, no, no,
Liam's
no.
going to love me for bringing this up, but Archer is actually looking into possibly getting some of this money, not so much the Golden Dome, but just defensive money, because they're looking at uh, everything from medevacs to just basic transport and unmanned, remote controlled. I think they actually might benefit in some ways. I haven't had time to look more into that, but as far as the overall drones, that makes you think of stuff like Kratos. Me
Bro,
personally,
you wanna hear something? Let me see if
but
I
I
can
always
report.
do.
Bro,
Always want to hear
Kratos,
something.
like after this news, after hours, Kratos is up 2.67. $2.67. They're up to like $49 for this news.
Man, I'm kicking. We talked about Kratos months ago, and you were like, "We
Bro,
do need to buy more." And I was like, "I don't know, man. I don't know." And then all we've been doing since then is kicking ourselves in the ass, because look where we're at.
I mean,
It's
I
more
should
than.
know more. I've been buying Kratos, but I'm like, am I wrong here? Because I will tell you, I will tell a lot of people like, bro, Kratos, and nobody's buying. Am I missing something? This company's a great company. The CEO is great. Like, what am I missing? Because everybody I tell about Kratos, nobody wants to buy it. I'm like, I don't know. I
Hey, that
should
was the
know more.
same thing. That was the same thing with Haste. Remember, no one wanted to talk about Haste, and next thing you know, everybody's an expert. Um, and that's exactly what you want to happen. We want. We. I think Kratos is going to do very well. I do. I see them
100%.
getting more of the Space Force portion and not so
Oh
much
yeah.
directly from Golden Dome. But I think they're going to help out in a lot of ways. I think they're going to do great moving forward. I really like that company a lot.
So who else like they good? Like I think people are saying the Redwire might benefit from them from these news. Redwire is up two up the hours, but I don't think that much. Let's see. They're up 25 cents, I think. So I mean they're up. But yeah,
Hey, I'll
people
take
are
it.
people are thinking that Redwire and like RDW and Kratos are gonna be benefiting from the drone deal, which I think so too. And I own both of the companies too, so I'm happy. I'm happy. I wish I had more Kratos though. Remember we talked about it around this time last year. That's when we started talking about buying Kratos, and I'd be buying, but not enough.
Yeah, I got to give it to Francisco, and believe me, he does. Every once in a while, he'll hit me and Johnny Mac up and go, "I told you guys I should have bought more. I told you you didn't listen." I was like, "Man, I hate hearing this. It's like my dad scolding me, because he was 100% right." And one of the few times I did not listen to Francisco, I was like, I don't know, I don't know. Um, I wasn't convinced. I wasn't convinced. Um, but that's the great thing about having this kind of community is that it's like a checks and balancing system. You know, I can go on there and say something, and you can go, nope, you're 100% wrong. Go fix that. Or you go, wow, that's cool information. Let me look more into it. And we get that from people every day, whether your Mopbox, your Brett, your Maddie, Francisco's, your Johnny's, Jacobs, or as we say here, Jacobs and Yanni's. Uh, we love you guys. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I'm dragging all kinds of people on over the next couple of days. I don't care if you're working. I don't care if you're busy. I don't want to hear the excuses. Come help your boy out. Come play. Have some fun. Jump on the live. You know how we are here, man. It's laid back. It's just, you know, barely even scripted out, but that kind of takes the fun out of it sometimes.
I mean, yeah, it's not scripted. Like pretty much, we sat here like what 5 minutes ago, and I'm like, I mean, before 5 minutes before we started, I'm like, Chris, I don't know what we're gonna do. I never used this string yard thing, but we're gonna make it happen. You know, I guess we
Yeah.
figure it out. Like, but we just don't have a script. We just going with whatever we find on X, and like that's it. We try to do the best. We're not Liam. Liam is like a pro at this, but we're trying. And
Oh,
uh,
we just threw you to the wolves, man. You just jumped on. You were like, so, what are we going to talk about? I was like, I don't know. What do you want to talk about? He was like, what? What do you mean? I was like, that's what we do. We just, you know, we don't we try and not take it. We want to be as serious as possible because yes, this is investing, and there are new investors coming on. We're getting more and more. Some of the messages I've been getting the last couple of days have been amazing. I really appreciate it. But at the
yeah,
same time, we do want to have fun.
yeah,
Especially if you're a day trader, you're stressed out all day, or maybe you're not. But you know, investing can be a little stressful. So we try and have more of a lighter side to it. But yeah, we threw Francisco right in. He was like, there's no agenda. Nope. So we're just going live. Yeah, just go live now. He's like, oh, okay, just push the live button, right? I was like, I don't know. Liam does it. Just do it. And
yeah,
this is what happens. But it's fun. It's like an experiment. You don't know what you're going to get from day to day. You don't know what kind of information you're going to find. You don't even know who's going to be in the comments. We always have a lot of same people. You know, it's awesome that you guys are always in here. But every once in a while, we get people that don't, you know, like Maddie, he can't be on. He works a lot. The guy's probably in a different country right now. God knows what he's doing. But so he's a good supporter. He's been on live with us. I'm going to get Maddie to come on live with me over the next couple of days. I have not asked him yet, so I'm asking him now live. It makes it harder for him to say no. Sorry, Maddie. If you can't do it, I do understand.
right,
But we do want to have him back on. Maddie's a blast. Maddie's a lot of fun.
yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah,
he's been subjected to it.
yeah, yeah. Man is good, dude. I was gonna tell like, yeah, no, Liam says that Andrew have the contract with Archer for like a defense hybrid craft. I guess he's talking about the drone ones, but I think this one is smaller drones. But I mean, I hope Andrew. I'm sure Andrew's gonna get in that, and probably Palanteer,
Oh,
and they're working on something, and maybe Archer. Yeah, that'll be good. Archer, but like Archer is only he only moved up like 5 cents after hours, so I don't think people are getting excited about that.
Archer's still. I think a lot of that stuff's still early for a lot of people.
Archer is very early, earlier than Rocket Lab and Anduril and like the other companies. Yeah, I think Archer is we're still very early. We're like Rocket Lab maybe 2 years ago. I think it's very early for Archer. I
Yeah, I'm
am
starting to see
starting
that.
to
I'm
put
starting
money
to
in,
see
but
that.
very little. I buy a little bit every month of Archer, very little, nothing crazy. But I'm building it up slowly. But because I think it's far away too. I agree with you.
The thing, it's just again, you know, it's fun to me. And me and Liam have talked about this. I'll never get on one. It's not going to happen. But
Yeah.
it seems very cool. You know, I've got a drone myself. It's not nowhere near that big, obviously, but I like drones. I think it's fun. I see there's a big future for it, and a lot of different aspects for both commercial and military. And whether it's an Archer or it's a Kratos, or I saw some company recently that they basically do food delivery with drones. I was blown away.
Oh yeah, is that
So
the zip line one that was it Jacob talking about it on the last live that he was on with you guys? The zip
yeah,
line.
yeah, yeah, it was Jacob. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Sorry, Jacob. I didn't remember I heard it, but it was you, buddy. We always try and give credit where it's due, and I do believe you're right on that. But yeah, it's just fun. I mean, yeah, I say it 1,000 times, man. I love chocolate, but I don't invest in Hershey because chocolate's just not as fun as space. Um,
Yeah, yeah, you gotta have
you
fun.
know,
I mean,
you
that's
got
what
to
I'm
have
doing.
fun with it.
Honestly, like the only reason I'm on X and doing all this is because I found Rocket Lab looking to invest into SpaceX and like follow the company. I was able to invest in it, got in this pack, and then next thing you know, I'm on X, and next thing you know, I'll follow Rocket Lab. Next thing you know, I got a bunch of people that I'm meeting here on X, and it's just fun, and we love it, and got a great community, so I'm not mad about it.
I've learned so much, so much.
It's fun.
Uh, I mean, all aspects of investing, whether it's real estate. Again, shout out to Maddie. I've learned a lot from
Cigars
Maddie.
and Maddie.
Yeah. I mean, I've learned so much just about investing, but also about business, and just sometimes just life in general. The community is amazing. You guys are really amazing out there. Uh,
All
I
about
We couldn't do
numbers.
it. Yeah, yeah, and I've enjoyed it. I've met so many cool people. Um, I can't wait till the launch or the neutron party. I've made so many connections. There's like we all know Lily Funds, right? Lily Funds, great guy,
Yeah,
great guy. Well, he happens to me and him have we like the same one of the same bands, and so instead of sending stock information like we always do, he and I we just send messages from excerpts from live shows. We don't even talk about stocks. We just talk about music. Um, it's great. I love that. So you never know who you're gonna meet, what you're gonna get out of people. But again, man, it's awesome community. But you did say something earlier. I wanted to touch back on really quick though about Andril and the possibility of them working with Palanteer. I've read a couple different articles, and there's no definition, there's no announcement, or there's nothing confirmed. But it does look like they're working both with Palanteer and possibly SpaceX with the Golden
right.
Dome project. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Um,
the deal
I
they're
would
trying to do.
I would love to see them work with Rocket Lab, but that's just
I
me
mean, we
dreaming again.
wanted that for, well, yeah, we've been dreaming of that one for years now. Remember, we used to say it on Dave's chat or something like, oh, we will hope to see Palantir work with Rocket Lab at one point, but I guess it never happened. I don't think it's
I
gonna happen.
bet Brett Krieger would probably be able to give a lot of good insight on that, on why that would either be a possibility or it would never happen. Um, he knows a lot more about Palantir than I could ever want to know. The guy's great at it.
Yeah,
Um,
Palantir, I think that what it is they're the CEO is friends with like Elon Musk. I think that's why they went the way of like working with Andrew and
oh, it
SpaceX.
makes sense. That
They're
makes sense.
it might have been like isn't the guy what's his name? I forgot the Palantir's guy's name. What's his name?
Alex Karp or
Yeah,
Peter Thiel.
he used to be pretty killed too. They used to be like PayPal mafia guys, right? So they know each other for a while back. So yeah,
Hey, it's all about who you know, I guess, man. That does help. That definitely does
that's
help.
in every aspect of life. I don't care, even in the military, bro. I don't care who you are. He's who you know. So that works everywhere. Space services.
I,
Yeah.
I'd like to know more about um, uh, what the potential for Palantir is moving forward when it comes to a lot of these space contracts. You know they're getting into it. You know they're getting into it.
Right.
So yeah, Brett is always he doesn't have any time, but bro, if you get a chance, anytime the next week or two, give us 20 minutes. Come on, give us a rundown. Gives you a great opportunity to call me names live if you want to make fun of Chris. Uh, we all love doing that too. But yeah, he'd
Give
be a
me a
great
second.
one to have for that.
I'm gonna leave
Be
you
a
for a
great.
second. I got something I gotta take care of.
Yeah, it sounds like you got dogs.
Yeah, it's something I've been doing. Give me a second.
That's the beauty about going live. You never know what's going to happen. Um, never know what's going to happen. I wish I could see the chats. I really do. I can't even tell who's in, who's not in. but everyone that's in here, thank you very much. It is a little different without Liam, that's for sure. He's kind of the captain of the ship. You know, he's a drummer in the back. He keeps the groove, keeps everything nice and steady. Um, that's not what I do. If you couldn't tell already, that is not what I do. But I do enjoy getting on here, just chatting it up with you guys. And it does give us an opportunity to have on a lot of our favorite people and have them just kind of fill in and keep us back to our core like we started at the beginning. You know, it's a community thing. It's a community effort. It's not just about me and Liam. And Maddie, if you are listening, if you're still on, bro, I was dead serious. Do want to get you on. I've talked to a few other people. Their schedules, like Space Ghost, the guy works all the time. Trying to get him back on. And Pan Man, I definitely want to get him back on again soon. There's a bunch. I got a list of people right in front of me, and I did not realize that Liam was going on vacation today. I thought it was like 2 days from now. So I'd planned on messaging a bunch of you guys. So expect some DMs coming your way over the next day or two. And if you can't do it, you can't do it. Not a big deal. You know, I understand. Believe me, I understand. Especially you got kids, you got work, things happen. But if you can, from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate it. So just thanks in advance if you do. But yeah, I think we got Francisco back now.
Yeah, I'm
He's
back.
probably
Like, I'm
finding
just gonna
10 more
scroll.
things that we don't know about.
I'm trying to scroll down and do my research. Like, this was the last minute. I was doing stuff. So I like I mean, you saw I texted you guys. I'm like, you guys need me to log in. I'm like, I'm not even home. Let me rush home and try to set this up. So I got home and try to do my best here. Let's see what China. I don't know. There's nothing else I can find here.
No, you've done great, bro. You've done great, and we've had these guys on for a little over an hour.
Yeah, I think we did good for today.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure if we've missed anything. I do want to make sure we haven't missed anybody in the chats. Really quick, if you can, you know, if you see anybody or any questions, just let me know, and
Any
we'll go from there.
questions? Somebody asked, is Rocket Lab going to be part of Trump deal? I'm pretty sure everybody's going to be part of it. I hope so. Trump deal, I'm assuming he's talking about the Golden Dome. And I think like everybody has to be involved in this one if they want to get it done so fast.
Yeah, lots of companies are going to be seeing lots of money coming in, and some of the companies are going to get smaller contracts. But I think Rocket Lab is definitely positioned itself to be a pretty big player, especially when it comes to Space Force.
Yeah, I think
But
so. I think so too.
yeah, great question,
And I
though.
think
Great question.
I think it helps that we have all the space now empty, like I said, in the factory from all the satellites that they have already like built and shipped out. And like I'm sure we're gonna get something at some point. And I can't
It
wait.
doesn't hurt
I
to
think,
be. Oh, bro, you're right, dude. I get so excited. We talk about this in the chats
I
all the
mean,
time.
I'm thinking that we can have news from for a contract from from the SDA from anybody at any time now. It's been like a year, right? Or over a year since we got the last contract, right? The SDA contract was the last one,
The
right?
SDA contract was. I don't remember
That was
exactly
over
what
a
it
year.
was, but yeah, it's been about a year. You're right.
Yeah,
You're
over
right.
a year. So we haven't had any news. And then last year, like I know the Spice said that in the second half of last year we was gonna get some deals and we never got them. So I don't know what they're working on, but hopefully something big. And at some point, something has to come in. There's something has to be signed at some point. I mean, come on.
Well, again, we got Wallops, and people just take that for granted. And you don't get Wallops unless you're doing deals directly with the government. You don't get on Wallops unless you got Pentagon clearance. First of all,
Yeah.
that does not happen.
Oh no, yeah, that was the dumbest thing one time. That like it was a Reddit that people were saying that oh no, Peter Beck can't even work on the engine because like he doesn't have clearance. I'm like, this guy's an idiot because like Peter Beck has been cleared to launch from New Zealand for the NRO, and he have done work for the pretty much what was it CIA, and like he's done work for DARPA and stuff. Like, what makes you think that he doesn't have clearance? This was just stupid.
He's got some of the highest security clearance, just like Musk.
Yeah,
You
you
have
have
to.
to.
I mean, you can't just. You're not allowed to launch what is basically a missile from anywhere in the U.S., much less miles away from Washington D.C. Um, no, you gotta play the part. You gotta have friends in the right places, and there's usually a contingency, right? There's usually that's just the way the U.S. government is. You want this, you have to give us this. And
Yeah.
I still believe very highly that that's how the whole entire Haste program came about. And
Oh no,
um,
no, we know that. I tell you right now, the government was looking for that. The whole reason for Rocket Lab and was it in Astra uh to be alive is freaking like it was for that reason, for haste and for responsive. That's what the government was looking for a smaller rocket they could deploy like on a responsible for the haste stuff. They were looking for that. And you know that we're getting funded. We know that they were getting funded through other companies. One of them is like Lockheed. We know that. So the whole reason, like the Haste ended up there, I mean, that was the whole plan. I'm pretty sure.
yeah, that's Wallops is going to come and play a big time. I think it's going to help us getting some of these contracts as well. But no, great question, great question.
What
See
other
anything else
question
in
we
there?
got here? So, it's a guy talking about a lot about the drones that he has invested in ABA. I don't know, a bunch of companies he's naming, but I mean that's good. Drones, like yeah, I'm gonna have to look into some drone companies now, but I'll look them up. Like good for him if he got into drones before this news, because I'm sure they're all like mooning right now. And
Yeah,
it's
and not to
here's the
like,
funny thing here. Somebody said that I'll bet Trump announces a Rock Lab deal personally. That wouldn't that be fun? That Trump like shakes hands with like Peter Beck and gives him like the biggest deal ever.
that would
That
be
would,
absolutely insane. No, that's fun right there, man. That's a
that
lot
would
of.
be epic.
You got Francisco laughing and giggling now. He's excited. I bet he's going to do 3 hours of research on the possibilities of this. Um,
That would be
I,
fun. But hey,
I,
you can't. Trump is crazy. He will do it.
he's crazy. He's crazy just to prove a point. Hey, we got another American company that can do, and he'll blow them up and he'll make them sound like they're 20 times better than what they really are, which we believe they can be. But you know how Trump is. That would be
Oh yeah.
funny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
He'll
that'd be
talk about
funny.
for sure. 100%. He'll talk about. And for some reason, when Trump talks about our company, the damn stock goes up. So that will like 10x in like half a day. Oh my
Hey, if
god,
it 10x's in half a day, a lot of y'all are going to be getting some koi ponds, and you know who I'm talking to. So let it go ahead and do that. I'd be real happy, and I'd be
that'll be
right in the
fun.
DMs going, "Hey, what's your
Yeah,
address? I'll be there next week. I don't
yeah,
care where you're at. You can be anywhere in the world." And Chris is going to show up at your front door, going, "I got a pick and a shovel. Where's the
yeah,
backyard?"
yeah,
Yeah, we 10x from something like that. That's insane.
yeah.
But hey, man,
But
it's fun
Tom,
to dream.
we have to wrap it up. Like I got this little boy like right here. Look, I almost tried to take him out, but like he's like here. He wants me to take him out. I'm like Jacob. I'm like I got my little boy here. It's
You
been
got
an
to take
hour.
care of the kids, man. You got to take care of the kids. No, man, that's awesome. Let's
Yeah.
do it. Let's go
And we
ahead and end
did
this.
get
We've
all
got,
the news.
got
I mean,
too long.
we did good for all the news that came out today. I think it's good that we're doing the daily because I think we're gonna get more news now in the second half of the year. I mean, tomorrow we have the haze probably. We're gonna get more news more frequently. I'm thinking, and one of these days, you guys are gonna get some crazy news. I can see it, man. And you guys are gonna go in here all happy, and all the investors
Yeah,
are gonna jump, and we're all gonna be happy. But yeah, I
we're gonna
mean,
have it. We try and have fun every day, but I think very soon we're gonna just be having a big party on here.
I think
And
so too, man.
yeah, yeah. Tomorrow will be
I think
great. Tomorrow will be great. I will do my best as far as quote unquote, live coverage. You ain't gonna see much, a lot of what you see right now, but we will do our best to cover as much as possible. I don't think that launches until 7:45 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow, so maybe we'll start a little bit later, like kind of like
7:45.
we did today. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
uh,
Let's start it later. Let's Leanne, if you're listening, can you set it up for later? Maybe start like at 7:45. Yeah. And maybe while we're talking, maybe the launch happens. I don't know. I think
yeah, we'll
last
talk.
time it happened at 8 o'clock. So
Yeah, they do. It does take a little while, and the later it goes, the better chance I had to see something. So if they delayed it for an hour or two, I'd be really happy. And you guys would be happy because at least you could see the streak or a little line going across my screen. I guess it really wouldn't be much, but yeah, we'll discuss that. We get off stream here. We'll because I've got a few things I got to do myself. But we'll definitely have a little bit later start tomorrow, guys. I do have one or two people that I'm thinking about. I can get on here to join us tomorrow. But we're gonna have a lot of fun. It's just a launch. You know how launches are. We're really even more laid back than normal, if that's even possible. So yeah, bring your coffees, bring your beers, sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of your night. But tomorrow's gonna be a lot of fun, guys.
I got my Mandalorian mug here for coffee. See how big this thing is? Maybe tomorrow the Space Force one. I got a Space Force one from
That'd be a lot of coffee. That'd be a lot of coffee, my friend. Man, Francisco, thanks so much, bro.
No, man, thanks. And thanks to everybody. Yeah, let's wrap up. Thank you, Chris. Thanks to everybody. Thanks, Liam. I know you're watching. My dude, like, thanks for doing this for us. And, like, I mean, I'm happy to help. I wasn't planning on doing this today. But whatever, we love this, the Hustle Brothers, and we love what you guys do. So I'm happy to step in and help you guys out.
I really appreciate it, bro.
Francisco, helping you guys out. You guys have a great night.
Thanks, guys. Thanks. Good night.
Good night.